This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Your kids will be saying,
"Please 5 more minutes. I can't believe I did that."
And,
"Look how high I can bounce."
Spring Free is the world's safest trampoline, the place where stories are made. The innovative design boasts no springs, so you know you're safe. Go ahead and create the greatest stories you'll tell your friends. We're back in stock. Get it while you can. To learn more about the world's safest trampoline, visit springfreetrampoline.com.
Mom, come watch us.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. You got to get that Odyssey app. I mean, look, we have got some cool Odyssey exclusive stations curated for listeners just like you.
If you're a Metallica fan and you're kind of getting all caught up in the excitement of this coverage record, you know, they're going to be putting out the Black Album, a 30th anniversary reissue featuring a ton of covers of their songs. Well, we've got a station just for you, and it's called Cover Me. Yeah. Basically, all the Metallica songs that have been covered, put into one radio station, and that's on Odyssey.
Lots of great stations on Odyssey. Plus, you can listen to us on Odyssey, all of the rock. And, man, really, if there's any audio that matters to you, Odyssey has got it. Download the Odyssey app today. AUDACY Odyssey.
Let's play Beat Mix. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Mix. But it's Tuesday, so let's turn down for Turtles.
Ride the turtle.
All righty. Yeah, ride those turtles. Pew, 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 pew. BJ approved. You can see his smiling face all over social media wearing that awesome turtle shirt.
I like turtles.
Please buy them all. Thank you. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Sky in Kent. Sky, are you there?
Good morning. I am here.
Excellent. Good morning, Sky. All right, Steve, get out of here. Goodbye. Whoa. For those playing at home, Sky will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Sky, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
How many cars does Memphis have to steal to save his brother in Gone in 60 Seconds?
60?
No.
5.
No.
20.
No. What year of the early 2000s did Apple introduce its first retail store?
2007.
No.
2008.
No.
2006.
No. Larry Fitzgerald is a known professional at what sport?
Pass.
The animated show Big Mouth airs on what streaming service?
Hulu.
No.
Netflix.
Yes. What is the last property before you pass Go in Monopoly?
Boardwalk.
Yes. What is the name of the cup used by Christ at the Last Supper?
The Lord's Cup.
No.
Pass.
What mountain is the tallest point in Nepal?
Mount Everest?
Yes. How many movies are in the Chris Tucker Rush Hour franchise?
4.
No.
3.
Yes. Cheetahs are native to the continents of Africa and where?
Pass.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Correct. Wow, that was a tough one there, Sky.
Oh, yeah. Last time I played this game 5 years ago, I lost 5-7, so I'm not doing too much better.
Ooh, yeah. So it might still be kind of around that same score there, unless Steve screws the pooch, which I don't really see him doing on these ones.
Speaking of Steve.
Yes, sir.
He's back. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
How many cars does Memphis have to steal in order to save his brother in Gone in 60 Seconds?
6.
No.
9.
No.
5.
No.
I don't even know.
What year of the early 2000s did Apple introduce its first retail store?
2002.
No.
2003.
No.
2001.
Yes.
That's right.
Larry Fitzgerald is a known professional at what sport?
Football.
Yes. The animated show Big Mouth airs on what streaming service?
Hulu.
No.
Netflix.
Yes. What is the last property before you pass Go and Monopoly?
Park Place.
No.
Oh. Boardwalk.
Yes. What is
Broadwalk.
What is the name of the cup used by Christ at the Last Supper?
The Holy Grail.
Yes. What mountain is the tallest point in Nepal?
Mount Everest.
Yes. How many movies are in the Chris Tucker Rush Hour franchise?
3.
Yes. Cheetahs are native to continents of Africa and where?
South America.
No.
Europe.
No.
America.
No.
Oh.
Who directed the movie $1 Million Baby?
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You win 8-4.
Oh, well, you knew it, Sky. You called it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well,
Appreciate
take it
you
easy,
having me.
buddy. Hopefully you can get through, and it doesn't take another 5 years.
Yeah, or maybe you wait 5 years, study up a little bit.
Has he been trying for 5 years?
The last time he played was 5 years ago,
Oh,
and he
okay.
lost 5-7.
Ouch.
So you've done a little bit better against him. So, yeah.
Oh, we're the best!
You are the best.
We're the best! We're the best!
Even if you do manage to say that cheetahs are from America, the native continents are Africa and...
Australia?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, the only one that wasn't mentioned at that point was, Antarctica, but that doesn't count. Asia.
Yeah, I was going to say, Antarctica would have just been a throwaway answer.
Exactly.
Oh, I
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
used it, but...
Of course, Asia.
Africa and Asia.
Yep.
And then how many cars does Memphis have to steal to save his brother in Gone in 60 Seconds?
I would be guessing integers of 10.
You're on the right track.
Yeah, it'd be 10, 20, 30?
No, it would be 50.
Oh, all right.
It's a big Hollywood movie, so you got to do it big,
All right, there you go.
Why did he have to steal these cars?
Because he had to save his brother, because his brother got into some trouble, stole the wrong car from the wrong person, got into some trouble, and then in order to save him, he has to steal like 50 cars in like one night or something ridiculous.
Fast and the Furious just like reboot that whole concept.
I think they did in one of the movies. I mean, there's 9 of them at this point in time. It was a fun movie, though, with Nick Cage and everything.
I feel like it sounds familiar, but I don't remember it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's the one with Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She
I
was
must
in
have seen
that.
it then.
Yeah.
'Cause there was a moment in my life where I would watch anything she was in.
You mean you wouldn't now?
Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh.
It's no disrespect to her. I just don't have a lot of time.
All right, fair enough. Well, congratulations on your win.
Nice.
That's it,
Show me
man.
a picture, and I went nice.
I thought you went for your win.
Yeah.
Nope.
Got a new survey. Turns out that nearly a third of Americans have been so caught up with their work, life, and kids that they have not had a single day to relax alone in more than 3 months. Now, I wonder what alone means. Like, if it means like alone as a couple, or they mean really by themselves.
Oh, wow. Yeah. How was 20 months? 20, so it's been about 20 months for me.
Yeah.
Like, really, we've lost all free time. And when you do get it, it's just like, what the hell do we do? Like, and sadly, you're like, well, I should probably get those chores that I don't get done.
Yeah, you're really, I mean, that's why date nights are nice to just to go do them, because once the kid comes along, forget about it. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you can't even remember what your life was like before the kid came along. It's just like you go,
Yeah, I can remember vividly. Lots of naps.
Oh, nice.
Those don't happen anymore, man.
When was the last time you did nap that you remember?
You guys can't. So sometimes when the MegaCast, we tape our MegaCast show with the Ted Smith at around 11:30 on Wednesdays. So I have from 10 until 11ish before we do it. So I'll go into that green room that we have, and because no one's here, and I get a nap in, like a 45-minute nap. That's the only time
in there.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
But I'm always worried that someone else is going to be in there when I do it, because I don't even turn the lights on. I just open the door and beeline straight to the couch and just lay down. If someone else is laying there, I'm going to lay on them.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Surprise!
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because you can't really, you have to shut the light off in order for it to be dark, so why bother turning it on in the first place?
Right, because the light's set by the door.
Yeah, makes sense. And you know what? Those people, they should know. You know what?
They should know this is Steve's nap time.
I need to put a sign from 10 to 11:15. No one else is allowed in here. It's always weird though, because sometimes there are people like milling about in our building, and like some salespeople. And all of a sudden, like around 11:15, I open up that door, still never turn the light on, and I walk out, and I probably look all disheveled. I have like
the crusties,
not the crusties, but I have like a line in my face from like the comfort, of the cushion of the couch.
Oh yeah, they're probably
like groggy.
What is this about?
That's the only time I can get a nap in.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, right. Time well spent.
So there have been times where I'm like, maybe I just don't I just stay here at work for an extra hour and just go nap. Because like when I get home,
you could do that. You could say, "Look, I had stuff I had to do."
Like I'm sure, like my wife would be like, if I said I need to get a nap, she's not going to be like, "No, you need to be tired." But I just feel bad because like she's been dealing with, Hurricane Tatum all morning. Like when I get home, I feel like that'd be just awful if I'm like, "Hey, I know that you probably need a break, but Dad needs a nap."
Yeah. It's a tough one. I remember thinking, but you know what? I've been working all day. So, or at least for me, working all morning. So I really felt like I'm not in shape to take care of this kid right now or these kids.
Yeah, but she's been up since 5. Yeah, granted, I've been up earlier, but like what she's been doing since the minute she woke up to the minute I get home has been way more active than me sitting my fat ass on a chair in front of a microphone.
Yeah, you and I had a different thought about that. But if that's how you feel, then you know what? You're a better husband. I was not. I was like, I'm sorry, this show drove me crazy this morning, or maybe whatever, and I was like, I got no time to deal with the kids. Give me a moment to relax.
So my daughter just turned 4. The wife and I, we took a weekend at a hotel near my parents, just in case we were needed. But all we did was take naps.
Awesome.
So yeah, believe me, it's wonderful. And you're really not needed. I mean, you think you are needed, but again, that's child number 1. By the time child number 2 gets around, you go, they don't need me for anything. You got this. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what? Grandparents just know the magic trick. Give them candy or whatever. There's never a problem they can't handle with candy.
I think we're raising, though, a narcissist. It's crazy. Yesterday, we went to a Cost Plus World Marketplace in Tacoma. Yeah. And we get there, and that place is cool. Like, they got all these, like, funky little, like, furnitures and things. But they also have, like, right when you first walk in, they have, like, a row of, like, these, like, those big, long mirrors.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
So we walk in, and we're just, like, Tatum likes just to walk around. Like, that's, like, fun for her just to walk around a store. Like, she feels like a big girl. So I don't mind. I'll follow her around. I'm not really shopping. Let my wife go do what she wants to do, and I'll just follow Tatum the whole time. Well, she saw the mirrors and put a giant scream, like a happy scream, and just ran over at them and just started looking at herself and just laughing. And I'm like, God, the people that are looking at us, I'm like, they probably think I'm raising like a narcissist. Because she's like, whoa! And I'm like, yeah, you are cute, okay.
Yeah. Does she know what like a camera is? Like when you take your phone out to take a picture, does she know to pose yet?
Oh, yeah.
Just a big old cheesy smile.
She starts smiling and pokes the button to take the pictures. She figured out how to turn on the dude. In our bedroom, we were like doing something. She went into the drawer right by the nightstand, pulled out the remote control, and turned the TV on. I'm like,
yeah,
I can't even figure that out some late nights.
That's fantastic. Oh boy, it's coming, baby. Yeah. It's a good, but luckily you don't have any VHS tapes to be taped over, so you should be in good shape.
Yeah, but sometimes she'll hit like the menu and change the setting. Oh. And there was one point where like the TV was like in a little box, and there were these other boxes. And I'm like, Tatum, what did you do? And can you fix it? Because Dad can't figure it out.
Just give her until she's 3. She'll figure it out then.
Oh, good. Because I've been staring at this little screen for the last month. I'm kidding. Eventually I just hit enough buttons where it went back.
Right.
It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What do you want to talk about? We got your calls. We got your texts. We'll take those at 919 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Do remember, man, when you get on this phone and get on our airs, you better do what Steve tells you.
And that's to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong ya. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone texts us with this, the problem they're having, and it's just, my brain is hurting me just reading this, BJ, but they need our advice.
All right.
All right, this lady wrote, my husband confessed to me last week that he fantasizes when we have sex. Not about another woman, but when he closes his eyes, he's pretending that he's with a younger version of me. The me from 12 years ago when I was 21, thin, and had long blonde hair, and not tired from raising 2 kids. Should I be mad about this? Is he not attracted to who I am now? What do you guys think?
Wow.
Why would he share that?
Why would he say that?
Just keep some things to yourself, dude.
Right. Sometimes you just say nothing. Like, what do you think about? Nothing. Like, why? You're not thinking about another woman. You're still thinking about the person you love.
Yeah.
So you don't have to feel guilt.
And he literally could have said you.
Right. I fantasize about you.
And not have been lying at all.
Or maybe just say, the longer hair version of you. Like, I wish you would grow your hair out. It's like, why do you need to share this stuff, guys?
Yeah, I think you really, there's, and of course, I'm wondering, why are you asking these questions? You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, she must, obviously she's asking because she feels like he's not there.
Yeah.
That's the only reason she's asking is like, wow, I feel like you're not even with me right now. So she must be thinking, are you fantasizing about something? And yeah.
Or maybe in the throes of passion, he's going, oh, younger Tanya. Oh, younger Tanya. I don't know why.
Just say Tanya. Just say Tanya.
Right. Oh, younger Tanya.
Yeah. Well, you know what? People don't like it when I use the C word, but, I feel like...
Well, the FCC doesn't like it when I use that either.
Because you're just not speaking the same language. You don't know what's going on, and he doesn't know what's going on with you, and you're both trying to talk to each other about something.
Oh, counseling, not that C word.
Oh, yeah,
it was
counseling.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So, but people just don't want to do that, and so they think they can handle it themselves. And really, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or is it the other way around? Women are from Mars. Someone's got a penis. Anyway,
you just made a poem.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever.
I know we worked with Dr. Seuss here.
So there you go. I think we solved it.
All right, fine.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
I like this question. So I said, Miggs, this might seem very random, but you walk in the streets of Everett on Sunday with a guy wearing face paint. I'm pretty sure it's you, but my wife thinks I'm crazy.
Well, that's a possibility, knowing what you like to do with your free time.
I never thought about how absurd it must... No, your wife thinks you are crazy. I didn't do it. No. I wrestled on Sunday in Everett at Without a Cause Wrestling, and the guy I wrestled is like, he's so awesome. His name's Danhausen. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, I think some people have heard about him. He's like a real life Simpsons character. Like, he's just like this. His whole character is about being very evil and very nice. He's like demonic, but he's very nice. He doesn't like it when you curse. He'll tell you not to swear. His stuff is available at Hot Topic. Like, he's transcended wrestling, and he's an awesome, awesome guy to have a match with. But his character is in full face paint, and he likes to do random things. So after our match, he hit me up. He's like, hey, would it be cool if you come with me to Funko so I could film something? And we're like, well, we're not going to drive there. It's like legit. It's like 4 blocks from where the VFW hall was that we wrestled at. So we walked the streets to Funko at around like 7 o'clock at night. And there's like guys on bicycles, like turning their heads. There was a couple that was pulling out of a parking lot, and they're just like staring at. And I forget. I'm like, I'm just, in the VFW hall, this all seemed very normal.
Yes.
But now that you're walking the streets with a guy like with face paint, like a demon guy.
Oh, right.
And then there's a video. It's out there on his page. It's of him outside of Funko demanding that they make him a Funko Pop or he'll curse them. And there's a part where you see a guy on a bicycle that just kind of pulls up. And he's just like, what the F am I watching? And I'm just filming this guy. So, yes, that was me.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah,
I love that idea. I love that idea of him demanding a Funko Pop.
Funko retweeted it also. There's a good chance, like, at some point, like, Marvel Comics has been talking with him about doing, like, unboxing videos. Like I said, like, he's become more of a thing than just a wrestler, which is really cool. Conan O'Brien had him on his podcast because he's inspired by Conan O'Brien. Like, the guy is awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I love that. And I love the look.
And then we went and got 13 coins, which you forget how awesome that place is when you take someone that has never been there. Because I'm like, what's 13 coins? I'm like, it's like a diner. And we get there, he goes, this is a lot nicer version of a diner than I was thinking.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, 13 coins is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Vicky's showing you a picture of him.
Yeah, it's a good look. I like it. You're right. He's a friendly demon.
He is.
Yeah, he really, really is. I have to say that.
Unless you wrestle him and he pours human teeth in your mouth and then kicks you in the face like he did to me.
Wow, what? He poured human teeth in your mouth?
He has a jar of human teeth that he carries with him.
Okay.
And it's a weapon, but it's not a weapon because we all have teeth in our mouths, so how is it illegal from him to put more teeth in my mouth?
Oh, I see. So, yeah, that's...
So he shoved it in my mouth and then kicked me in the face.
Wow, that's... I see, because you can't use foreign objects and your teeth are already there, so I see. A very good loophole he has there.
It actually is. I thought it was cheating, and it wasn't.
Well, you know what? He's clever. You know what? He looks like a happy demon. I mean, this guy's got a lot going for him.
But yeah, he's got a Hot Topic thing going on right now. Yeah, he's awesome, dude.
Nice. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So it said, shout out to the Old Spaghetti Factory. They hosted my wedding reception. They get because we were talking what's better, Old Spaghetti Factory or the Cheesecake Factory in the Battle of the Factories.
Yeah, well... I mean, there's more Cheesecake Factories that we know of, but man, I'm and look, nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, but I love Italian food, so the Old Spaghetti Factory wins for me. And the ambiance, though I actually do, the Cheesecake Factories, I thought that they looked really cool on the inside too. At least the ones that I've gone to.
Yeah, they look fine, but there's something fun about the Spaghetti Factory with the big train inside there. According to a few texters, I guess the train of the Vancouver Spaghetti Factory was haunted.
Oh,
what?
I did not hear this.
That's cool. And someone said that the Spaghetti Factory in Seattle closed for a really dumb reason. They originally owned the building that they were in. People kept offering to buy it from them. Property value was going up, all that kind of stuff. Finally sold it. Then the property value kept going up, and it went to the point where they can no longer afford to lease the building that they were in. So they had to close the location, even though they were still very busy as a business. They just couldn't afford to pay rent on the building that they originally owned, but sold due to greed.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, I mean, that's a very interesting reason for losing a good restaurant. You feel like, boy, that's, but I mean, that's business. What are you going to do? Hopefully, at least they made something. And they're still open in Linwood, right? And
and Tacoma.
And Tacoma. So you still can get there if you want to. Just a little bit of a drive to the burbs.
Another person said earlier, you guys were talking about trying to find some spare time, alone time as a parent. For me, my escape, twice a week, I donate plasma. It's about an hour of me just sitting in a chair, playing on my phone, or watching shows that I can't watch at the house because it's either Bluey or Frozen's on. LOL.
Wow.
So that's the answer. I should just start donating plasma if I want some free time.
And you get some extra cash.
Wow.
Boom.
Easy peasy.
Wow. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of boxes being checked off with that particular maneuver. Yeah. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's Listeners on the Loose.
Someone had some advice for Sarah when it comes to her love for the slugs. Earlier we learned that Sarah loves slugs.
Yeah, we did.
And they said the reason why they probably don't like her touching them, because she tried to touch a slug, was because she has salt on her skin, and salt's not good for a slug.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Oh, wow. Okay. Then don't touch slugs anymore. I mean, seriously. It's like I mean, I get you want to pet a creature, but you figured, okay, maybe you thought it was in trouble, but it literally is getting hurt by us.
Someone said to look up slug reproduction. I don't know if I want to.
Why? Why?
Because they entangle their Johnsons, and it's very weird looking.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so is it two male slugs that make a baby?
Slugs are hermaphrodites, apparently.
So they have both.
Oh. So they impregnate each other.
Oh.
I don't know.
I was going to say, I feel like you walked in on that in a bathroom once.
Oh, it's like docking.
Yeah.
They're docking.
Oh, look at that. It looks kind of like they corkscrew together.
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
Looks like they do that first and then...
All right.
Wait,
okay.
So wow. I mean, wow.
Look at Steve learning something today.
Good for them.
Well, I'm just impressed by its power. Like the ability of the area to be able to do what it wants, like a snake.
Oh, wait. So what I was looking at was not the slug, but the slug package?
That was the slug's package.
Oh, wow. That's okay. I didn't realize that. I thought that was the whole slug.
I think that's the package.
That's like the package.
Damn, that's the whole
What
package.
did you do at work today? I looked at slug packages.
Wow,
Not the weirdest thing I've Googled.
How long are they?
Yeah, that's, I mean, and relatively, compared to its body, that slug package is pretty impressive.
Yeah, what size shoe does this slug wear?
Damn. All right, then. Well, when we first got that text, I thought, why would they tell us this? But turns out it was a good call.
In the Italian version of the leopard slug, it can be anywhere between 60 and 90 centimeters. So
there's a clickbait article from Wired says this slug has such a big penis it has to mate upside down.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
It's the leopard slug.
It has to mate upside down. Okay.
Oh, look at that. The weird world of banana slug sex. Click that.
Okay.
link.
Wow. This is a little disturbing. I'm not gonna lie. A little worried about all this.
It's just nature.
We'll send it to Sarah so she can see it.
Yeah, I think she's good. You pick the topic. You guide the show. It is Listeners on the Loose. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls, more of your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Want to create a lifetime of memories this spring? Do you remember the joy of jumping as a child? If only there was a way your own kids could experience that same joy safely. Spring Free Trampoline has been engineered to eliminate 90% of product-related injuries. The Spring Free design boasts no springs and a flexible enclosure and proudly offers a 10-year warranty. That's peace of mind. Lock in your ultimate backyard safe space before summer arrives. Visit springfreetrampoline.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Great news, BJ. Texters are chiming in. They said, BJ, did you hear Netflix bought Manifest from NBC?
Well, wait, that's the show you've been watching, right,
yes,
Steve?
and you said you didn't want to watch it because they got canceled after the third season, so we wouldn't know what was going to happen. But yeah, according to Netflix, they're bringing it back for a fourth and final season. It's going to be 20 episodes.
Oh, now that is great news. I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
Oh, so they are going to make new eps.
Yes, so they're kind of doing the Money Heist thing where the network that it once was on pulled the plug, but it was so popular and so many people demanded that they bring it back, and it's done so well for Netflix that they're like, screw it, let's do it. And they've already locked in a bunch of the actors, not all of them, but a good number of them have already signed up to be a part of this new season.
Well, that's pretty good. I have a show to watch with Sarah now because, you know what, I was thinking about what are we going to watch? And it turns out, boom, you know what, perfect until our shows come back.
And I think Money Heist comes back this weekend.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still only on episode 2, season 2, yeah. I'll get it. Well, I just know that, it's a show I watch with my wife, and I'm not going to see her until next week. So I'm just going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait, Steve.
Manifest.
Yes.
That's so great, because otherwise we just wasted 3. We were holding it. We watched all 3 seasons hoping for the best. And then when they left, I was like, well, maybe we'll be okay even if they don't bring it back. But the final episode of season 3 was such a cliffhanger. I'm like, oh, you have to bring it back, even if it's just for one episode to give us some kind of closure.
That is really cool, and Netflix got to see just how many people cared. You guys did a great job because you didn't know really about the show until Netflix, right, Steve? You didn't watch it on NBC.
I had no idea it was a Netflix, an NBC show. I just thought it was a Netflix show.
Boy, what does that say for network television? Either they don't know how to measure how people love a show, or, man, maybe Netflix is just a better place to put a show on because, Steve, you like the show, and it was on NBC for 3 seasons, right? You didn't know about it for 3 seasons to care.
Yeah, honestly, we picked up on it by the time all 3 seasons were done.
Wow.
And I thought it was a brand new show. I'm like, oh, yeah, here's the show on Netflix, Manifest. I'm seeing people talk about it. It was like the top trending show a few months ago, and that's how we started watching it. And then we found out, this show's been around for a while, and we're just idiots.
Well, I hope
the idiot. No.
I hope Netflix gets Debris. Maybe I was so in the minority. I really liked Debris. It had an X-Files vibe to me, but maybe people just didn't dig it. But I which I guess they didn't because they canceled it. They didn't even get 3 seasons, so it's too bad. Because I like that show. Who knows? Maybe Netflix will pick that up.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's kind of a cool thing to think about. Like any show that you've fallen in love with that gets canceled, you're like, well, there's still hope for it somewhere.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. And so Manifest. I got 3 seasons of shows to watch. This is exciting. All right.
Someone texted said, did you guys see the high school football team that lied to ESPN and played with some D1 players?
What?
Dude, this story is really weird. So there's somehow somebody created a fake high school team called Bishop Sycamore, and they ended up duping ESPN into broadcasting one of their games against another high school team. And it was aired on ESPN, and the other team, of course, they were crushing them. Turns out, these were guys that weren't even in high school that they were playing against.
Wow.
It's such a weird story.
Wow. And so ESPN got punked.
Yeah, it looks like they were lied to. And I was just looking it over. I mean, there was never been a Bishop Sycamore school. They played 2 games in 3 days. Their head coach currently has an active arrest warrant.
Yeah.
And most of the players are just dropouts who are nowhere near high school age. But yet ESPN got scammed into thinking they were a team, and they put them on TV and they got crushed. But they're like, well, I mean, that happens sometimes, in a football game. 2 good teams, you never know. Sometimes one gets the better of the other. But it turns out they weren't even a team.
So I don't even know how ESPN vets this. I mean, I would imagine
clearly they don't.
Yeah, I mean, if they're showing high school football and we wonder why they decided to focus on these folks, I mean, I would think it would be like a story that has history. Who cares about high school sports unless on ESPN itself, unless the school has some sort of reason why you would care, right?
Well, the team they were playing is Florida's IMG Academy, and apparently they're defending national champs. And ESPN was under the impression that Bishop Sycamore, their program was stacked with top recruits. But their team was stacked with guys who are no longer in high school.
And so did IMG Academy figure that ESPN is setting this up? This is why we're playing normal? Because why wouldn't they? I wonder,
yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't they know about the fact that this is a non-existent? All of this is just so weird.
I mean, they put up a good effort. They lost 58-0.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, all right, ESPN. Well, there you go. Just goes to show you.
The announcer said on the air, they're like, apparently we didn't do due diligence to verify that they were the caliber of players, whether or not it was true or not.
So let me be clear.
Yes.
So the legitimate team got beat badly.
No, the legitimate team crushed this team.
Oh!
58-0.
Oh, what a joke!
The whole thing is so weird.
Oh, okay. All right. So now that makes me laugh my ass off. Where ESPN thought, oh, this is going to be great. You're going to have 2 powerhouses going against each other, and no, it wasn't anything like that.
Who at ESPN is the one that has to answer to that one? Like, someone had to go into somebody's office to be like, did you not even go online to find out if this team was real?
Yeah, I mean, 58-0. And so these guys just wanted a prank, even though they got their asses kicked. Like, my brain doesn't, I mean, I wouldn't mind pulling a prank, but then I got to go on the field with a bunch of people that are going to destroy me because it's a physical game. I mean, all right.
But they get to be on TV.
That's true. You're right.
And you're probably thinking, oh, these are high school kids. We could beat them.
Yeah, you know what? That's a really good point, Steve. A lot of people think, oh, I can, like the best. You always hear that. Oh, I bet the best college team could beat the worst team in the NFL. And it's like, no, they wouldn't be able. I mean, it's that different. It is that different of quality of performer when you're talking about of athlete, when you're going from one thing to another. It really is that different.
Imagine watching that game on TV and you see, I see Danny out there and he's like the kicker for Bishop Sycamore.
That would be so awesome.
Later on that night, I'm going to text Danny and be like, were you on TV losing to a high school football team?
Yeah, I was.
Like, what the hell were you doing? Why did you think this was a good idea?
Me and my criminal buddies thought it would be great. I mean, we remember we stole those nurses' gloves. Remember we did that? Well, this is our newest thing we're doing.
This will make for a great, I don't know if ESPN will even be willing to do it unless they have a good sense of humor about themselves, because it sounds like the making of a great 30 for 30.
Oh, good call.
This could even be a good movie.
You're right. Like, how does something like this happen as you go behind the scenes to the entire planning, and then you get to see, of course, who dropped the ball? Literally.
It's nuts.
Wow. Yeah, it is, buddy. See, I feel better about my job, don't you? Because ESPN's a big company. I mean, they got lots of money, lots of employees. I don't feel so bad when we screw up.
But why would you, like, the whole thing makes no sense. Like, how convincing is this guy who was the coach to convince all these random dudes to be like, hey, man, you want to play some football again? I guess.
You know, dude, what if ESPN relies on like either entry level or even interns in some areas that are really pivotal? And of course, you know, how can you expect the intern to have the savvy of a seasoned vet and to make decisions? And so you've got to trust somebody who really did not do their job or wasn't qualified for that job in the first place.
I want to get myself a Bishop Sycamore jersey, though.
Oh, dude, you're right. That's the hottest selling item.
Maybe
right
that
there.
was the whole plan all along,
right?
They
Merchandise. Have a website?
Yeah.
Yeah, they must have a website.
They did. Like, I read an article that said they did have one, but basically everything is like, obviously a lot of the information is false, but like the About Us was blank and like most of it was just not even there.
And their jersey's just a plain black jersey with like a white stripe on the sleeve or a gray stripe and then in gray letters.
Well, there you go. Isn't that the perfect color for you there, Steve?
It actually matches all my clothes. You're right. I need this jersey.
So what you're saying, this is as low budget as they could go in order to be, yeah?
It doesn't even say Bishop Sycamore. It looks like they probably got them on some like website.
Oh, I love it.
And they just bought a bunch of jerseys that are the same color, and that's it.
And there's no logo on the webpage. See, I would want the logo, whatever logo they have, I would want that reproduced on anything.
There's their jerseys.
Oh, yeah. Well, it doesn't look horrible, but yeah, it just doesn't have much on there.
No, everything's just plain black and gray.
I want that jersey. And the helmets don't have anything on there either.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like just a black helmet.
Well, again, if you like Cleveland, you know what I mean? You just go plain. So it's not out of the ordinary, but it is a little bizarre.
That is the oddest story.
I love that story.
In sports in a while.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations, ESPN. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show.
Somebody had a random question for us. And that question is, what is something that you keep looking at online, but you know you can't afford or won't buy? Kraken jersey.
Oof. Yeah, right? I
Recently, yeah.
The high-end version. I'm getting a replica. I'm not getting the authentic.
Oh, yeah, so you're really going to do that?
Yeah, dude, I'm not dropping over $200 for a jersey.
Danny and I were trying to figure out like the different tiers of the I don't want to call them legitimate, but I guess the real ones.
Just the different tiers of jerseys in general.
Yeah.
Because there's different kinds. You can get them customized or non-customized or authentic or replicas or this or that.
Because the replica is still made by the team.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have like the same like Adidas logo at the bottom. I think it has like a Fanatics logo or something like that. Or, you know, I'm like,
there's always some design that they made different. At least I know with baseball jerseys, they did something so that it would not be completely 100% authentic. So I would imagine the same thing with these hockey jerseys. They do a couple of different things.
The only thing that might make me even like have a slight arm twist is because they have these inaugural season patches that they're putting on the Kraken jerseys, which are kind of sweet and it's historic.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
yes, yeah.
So I hope that the replicas have the inaugural season patch. Yeah. Or if not, I could just buy the patch and I can do it myself.
There you go. Yeah.
What if it's screen printed? See, that's the thing. What if it's a screen printed logo? And
they don't usually do that for the replicas.
No, it's a patch. It looks like a.
Oh, that's nice. All right. Well, that's at least something.
Yeah, they might like iron on the actual like patch, and not sew it. I'm not sure how that all works, but the replicas still look legit. They're not like a screen print logo on your jersey.
Yeah, because you remember we could buy some Seahawks jerseys that were screen printed. And I don't know if the new school Seahawks. No, actually, yeah, I do know the new school Seahawks jerseys. Yeah, you can get screen printed ones that are. And so that's why. So you're saying that they're going to step up at least with the Kraken. That's nice.
No, I've never seen a hockey jersey done screen print style, unless it's like super low budget. But when it comes to like,
nice.
Yeah,
I kind of wish football would do that. You know, that would give you unless they feel like it makes it lighter for people, and they kind of like that.
Yeah,
you know, sometimes. But for me, I'm happy to get the stitched, or at least it look like it's stitched.
So it said escorts. I look them up all the time, but I know I'll never do it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a weird thing to admit, but all right.
Is it though?
So it said Vicky's OnlyFans. I like to look at it, but I can never afford her. LOL.
Wow. $5 a month.
Wow. All right. That's a cup of coffee I have to give up.
Right? I mean, if you want some of the special content, you do have to pay up for that, but I make everything affordable. If I do something that's more expensive, I always give you a less expensive option.
Do you do a payment plan?
I mean, I could.
I'm kidding.
So that's $60 a year. $60 a year. You got to kick in, but you're not getting the good stuff for $60 a year.
I mean, you're still getting stuff.
All right. I don't even know
you
what
don't even
stuff.
have to stay the whole time. Some people leave for a little bit because of finances, and they come back.
Or their wife finds out about it.
Wow. I have so many questions, but I really don't want the answers.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
Ask no questions, get no lies.
Right. You're absolutely right, Steve. I think I'm going to just stay right where I am.
No, it's funny that you guys were talking about like screen printing and everything, because the one thing I've been eyeing to buy, and everyone in my life is like, do not be impulsive. Make sure you really are going to use it before you buy it, is a cricket machine.
Is that like to play the sport cricket?
No, it's not that, and it's not one of those that make the noise like a little cricket does. It's kind of like a printer, but it cuts out things for you, so you can cut out vinyl pieces to make your own iron-on shirts, and it's all digital and everything. And I have the old one, but it's really, really old. But I did maybe pull the trigger for my birthday this weekend and bought one on Facebook Marketplace and saved myself $200.
Wow.
Atta girl.
Those things are not cheap either.
No, and a lot of people will buy them spontaneously and then never use them, and then they're selling them for hundreds of bucks cheaper. So I did it.
Okay.
So who wants a shirt?
Not me.
So you
have Bishop Sycamore shirt?
Can you make a Kraken jersey?
Yes.
All right.
Maybe not a jersey, but maybe a shirt. I'm just learning how to use this. I don't want to mess up a jersey.
All right, then. Well, I'll get back to you on that.
I'll make more turtle shirts for BJ.
That's not what I want.
BJ loves turtles.
Yes.
No, do not really want that at all. Oh, hey, here's a big question that needs to be answered. What do Ryan Castle and a pedal boat have in common? Well, you're going to find out at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and a pedal boat have in common?
Tired legs.
Yeah. Well, that's right, because you did a lot of running this weekend, didn't you?
Did, man. Hood to coast, going off.
Oh, man, hood to coast. That's, wow, that is impressive.
I was so average, too, BJ. You'd have been proud.
Listen, your average would probably be like a mega accomplishment for me, so I am proud. Good for you, buddy.
I'm surprised there aren't a lot of comments about sore knees.
Yeah, there's one that says both make Steve's bum wet.
Oh, that's true.
My grandma likes to ride on both of them.
Yeah, they do.
And doing both is great exercise.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, nice work.
There's two dudes in Canada. Here's what happened to them. They robbed a bar on Friday and took off together on a motorcycle. But then they had to ditch that after they crashed into a cop car that was chasing them. Now, one of them did get arrested nearby, but the other guy was like, I'm out. Took off on foot and decided his best chance was to swim to freedom. So he jumped in a small lake trying to get to the other side. And the cops ended up hopping in a pedal boat and went after him in a big pedal boat cop chase. Yeah. He ended up actually having a hard time swimming, so they were lucky to get him. He almost drowned.
Damn.
So, yes, yeah, that was but the pedal boat chase.
That just sounds like a comedy, doesn't it?
Yep. It really does. Ryan Castle, he doesn't have a comedy, but he does have a 12-pack up next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
I mean, I know that you don't always get along with your parents, but would you sue your parents if they threw away your porn?
If I could get $40,000, yeah.
Now, maybe.
From your parents?
My father threw out a couple of comic books that were worth some money. And you know what? At the time, if I could have, I might have sued him. Because Giant X-Men #1 is a pretty popular thing that I had.
But what about Giant Triple X-Men #1?
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up upfront about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
The world needed a safer trampoline. Dr. Keith Alexander, inventor of the Spring-Free Trampoline, wanted to bring the joy of trampolining to his daughter. His wife said they were too dangerous, so he invented his own. Spring-Free Trampoline is the world's safest trampoline, with no springs or hard edges. Now, parents can have peace of mind that their kids are outside jumping safely. To learn more, visit springfreetrampoline.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.